Hello, Internet. It is Idle Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about 3,000 Years of Longing. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. This is from one George Miller, and boy, does he have a career. I mean, this is the man who is responsible for the Mad Max movies. Mad Max 1, Mad Max 2, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, Mad Max Fury Road, which was his last movie, that was in 2015, and soon Furiosa, which is the spin-off to Fury Road. Now, the Mad Max movies are considered some of the greatest action movies ever made, particularly, I believe it's like 1, 2, and Fury Road are considered the best of the best. Beyond Thunderdome is considered to be like the weakest of the bunch, but a lot of people still have fun with that. So he's known for Mad Max, but he's also known for Happy Feet, which is very weird because Mad Max and Happy Feet, those like the audience for those two movies, like if you have like a Venn diagram, those circles would be in separate states. They don't connect at all because Mad Max is an adult action movie. Happy Feet is a family movie. It's like when Martin Scorsese made Hugo, or Zack Snyder made Legend of the Guardians, or Owls of Ga'Hoole, or Eli Roth made The House with a Clock in Its Walls. It's weird. It's so like so far away from the brand that the directors are known for. But hey, if that's what they want to make, then they should be allowed to make it. And yeah, when it comes to success, obviously Fury Road, it wasn't a massive success, but it was absolutely a critical success and won a ton of Oscars too. And Happy Feet was a big hit. Its sequel wasn't. Now he also made a Babe Pig in the City. He was a producer, I believe. He was involved in the first Babe, and then the sequel, he was a director. I don't think I've seen Babe Pig in the City. I've heard weird things about it to the point where I kind of want to watch it. But yeah, but overall, George Miller's track record is pretty good in like the critical space. So yeah, I consider George Miller's reputation to be a pro here. Another pro are two leads, Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton. I already talked about Idris Elba last week with Beast, but I have to talk about him again because that's just how the schedule works. Yeah, Idris Elba obviously is a well-known guy. He's been in a lot of projects, a lot of franchises. Recently, well, he's been Knuckles and the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, where he's great as that. The Suicide Squad, Cats, Hobbs and Shaw, the MCU as a Heimdall, Between Us, Dark Thunder, no, yeah, Dark Tower, Star Trek Beyond, and a ton of stuff. Dude is instantly recognizable. So having his face in a movie is good. But we also have Tilda Swinton, who is also recognizable. I mean, just I bet it's gonna be a long list. Apparently, she's one of Wes Anderson's more his partners in a way, kind of like how Bill Murray is. She was in French Dispatch, then Isle of Dog. No, yeah, that was Wes Anderson. Isle of Dogs, uh, Grand Budapest Hotel, Moonrise Kingdom. There's also Doctor Strange. She was the ancient one in that, and then she showed up again in Endgame for a bit. Look, scrolling through this. Oh, she was the White Witch in the Narnia movies. I thought she was great in that. So yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. So like Idris Elba, very recognizable. So these two together in the movie, I don't think they've never collaborated before ever. Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, having these two in the movie, like sure, their box office track records aren't the greatest in the world, but they are very much recognizable faces that might convince people to watch the movie. So yeah, I would consider those two to be a pro here. Another pro is that competition is so, so sad. It's ooh. I mean, the movie's coming out this weekend. Breaking, which is gonna make no money, and The Invitation, which is probably gonna win the weekend and then completely crash after that. And everything else is just old or it just never did well to begin with. And the movies that are coming up after this for like the next month aren't much better. Literally, a son of like, two next week. I have two basically re-releases I have to cover in the form of Jaws and No Way Home, and then 3 weeks after that, I have another re-release to talk about in the form of Avatar. So the fact that we have all these re-releases really tells you how dire things are. So yeah, like competition now, competition in the near future, it's bad, which might give this movie a chance. It might help it succeed. But yeah, competition being bad, I would consider that to be a pro for this movie. Another pro are the reviews. They're not incredible, but they're not terrible. It's at 69%. So make the jokes that you want about that. So at 69%. Its audience score is a lot better at 90%. So I don't think this is going to be like a super duper divisive movie. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Oh, it went down to 85%. Oh. Maybe it will be divisive in a way. But I mean, it's not terrible. Like the critical score, audience score, neither are terrible because the critical score went up to like 70%. So that's good enough. So I would consider that to be a pro. Decent critical score, decent audience score is good. Another pro is that how original this movie is. It reminds me quite a bit of Everything Everywhere All at Once, just a wild fever dream of a movie. That's what the trailer basically implies. And as you know, Everything Everywhere All at Once, despite being very odd and very just looking again like a fever dream, it did great. It did downright incredible considering what it is. It made like nearly 70 million domestic. It's by far and away A24's biggest movie. And so theoretically, if that movie can succeed, then this movie can succeed. Emphasis on the word theoretically, because that doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but it's possible. Okay. So this being an original movie, and obviously, some people got that franchise fatigue, that franchise burnout, like the blockbuster burnout, where you want to see like something different, something that's not of the norm. And I feel like this might be that movie for those people. It's definitely a movie for me. So yeah, I would consider its originality to be a pro here. Now the cons. I really thought hype would be a lot bigger for this, considering this is George Miller's first movie since Fury Road. Fury Road is considered one of the greatest action movies ever made. Like it was a critical, absolute critical smash, and then with this, it's just like almost like dead air. Like what's going on? I don't get it. But yeah, lack of real hype. Maybe it's because it might look a little too out there for some people, but that didn't stop Everything Ever All at Once. Maybe that movie had the advantage of being from A24 because A24 has a history of releasing movies that, you know, don't fit the well, I guess they don't fit the norm. Maybe A24 could have helped this movie out a little bit, but oh well. But yeah, lack of real hype, I consider that to be a con. Uh, what other cons? I guess just how depressing everything is. I imagine people aren't going to be going to the movies for like the next while. I feel like the next movie that'll actually make a substantial amount of cash is going to be Halloween Ends, and that's not till October 14th. Until then, I think everybody's just going to stay home, which I don't completely blame them for doing, but yeah, that's going to hurt this movie quite a bit. Just the fact that the box office is just so sad The marketplace is so sad. And yeah, that's a con. Any other cons I can think of? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So opening weekend, there's no preview number for this, so I have no way to really look at comparisons. Well, I guess I can look at everything ever all at once. Might as well do that. Uh, everything, everywhere, all of them. There we go. And you know what? Screw it. I might as well look up another one, another weird one that came out around the same time. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I think that works. Kinda. So everything ever all at once. I've talked about this movie many times. Many times. Uh that had a limited start, so it's not like an apples to apples comparison. But when it went wide and like only 1,200 theaters, it opened with like 6 million. Then with the 2,000, it stayed at 6 million. It had some insane legs for a modern movie. So 6 million could be achievable, but I don't know about that. I really don't know. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It's not as wacky, but it's still wacky. That almost 7 million, but that had a much bigger launch, and that had the hype of, at least the internet hype of, Nicolas Cage, but didn't really work out tragically. So yeah, like could it reach those numbers? Maybe, maybe, but uh, I kind of hope it does. I hope it does better, but I don't know. I feel like it's doomed to fail, which would be very sad. But I'm gonna go with 5 million, more or less 5 million. That's what I'm going with. 5 million opening weekend. It's total. I don't know, 15, 20 million, maybe. I don't know. Predicting this is hard. So, but that's what I'm sticking with. So, yeah, that's 3,000 years of logging, and that's it for the weekend. And that's it for August. Thank God. Yikes. Next week, we enter September, and boy, it does not improve. We got Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. That's one of those Peacock movies. And then I apparently have two re-releases to talk about in the form of Jaws and No Way Home, the more fun stuff version. So, oh, that's gonna be a sad day. And then a week after that, I do Barbarian. What the heck is Medieval? When did that show up? I guess I'm doing that too. Which, yay! And then apparently, I don't know about Clerks 3. I guess I'll do that one. And I know I'm gonna do Woman King. I don't know about Silent Twins though. And then after that, there's Avatar re-release and Don't Worry Darling, and then Bros and Smile. And that's what September looks like. Oh. Yeah, September is not going to be much better than. In fact, it's going to be worse. So, ugh. So that's not going to be fun. But look forward to all those videos coming soon. But yeah, anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got a playlist on the homepage. While previous prediction videos I made this year. If you want to watch my prediction video for everything ever all at once, where I screw up very hard, you can watch that. And I guess you can watch Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent too. But if you want to watch any of the other ones of this year, you can. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Never covered 3,000 Years of Longing once, which is weird, but that's just how it happened. But the most recent canceled episode I made was about Warner Brothers and the chaos going on over there when it comes to their movies. How, Shazam 2 and Aquaman 2 got pushed back. And then, House Party and Evil Dead Rise getting promoted from HBO Max to theatrical. And apparently, I didn't talk about this, but I found out Warner Brothers only has enough money to release literally 3 movies for the rest of the year. It's nuts, man. So if you want to watch that episode or any other canceled episodes I've done, all 151 up to this point, go right ahead, binge it from beginning to now. Highly encourage it. Go do that. There's also box office recaps, where I go over the box office results for any particular month. August recap will come out after Labor Day, so after this weekend here, September 2nd. And then after that, I'm going to do my two-part summer recap, summer 2022 recap, going over the winners and losers. I know one video is definitely going to be longer than the other. I can tell you that. So that's 3 videos coming in September, so stay tuned for all those. But if you want to watch any in the past recap videos I've done on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out and goodbye.